We will be here forever. Do you understand? Forever. Forever and ever and ever and ever.
And yeah, so I'm gonna kick this off right quick. Like the vape, right? What I was telling y'all about earlier. This is the infamous, notorious, yet most humble guy I know, Todd Gano.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me.
Hey man, we appreciate you coming through, man. Definitely had to have you on, man. This vaping industry has been huge in the past, what I would say 4 or 5 years.
Yeah,
and we definitely wanted to put this in our show, man, to get some people some insight, because a lot of people they see the things, but they still don't know what it is.
Dude, that's,
you see that? Those are clouds.
I'm the perfect candidate for what you just said, because I don't know. Like I'm not a smoker, you know what I mean? I don't know a whole lot about it, and I think HenneC introduced me to this like maybe like almost a year ago, like maybe a year ago now.
Yeah.
And you know, he was just telling me about, like, you know, this is Vape Right, that's who I work with now, and you know, telling me about the product line and all of that. And it's curious to know, like, so if I don't know about the smoking thing. So what exactly the technology? What is it? You know what I mean?
Coming from not being a smoker, we've always found that it's a little tough for non-smokers to grasp this concept.
Gotcha.
Because it works a lot better if you are a smoker or a current smoker or a previous smoker. Then you know that a smoker wants to quit.
Yeah,
they all want to quit. You know, even though they say, "No, man, I love smoking," and this, they all say, "Yeah, I wish I could quit." And this gives them that opportunity to quit.
Gotcha.
And the reason it gives them the opportunity, it mimics everything about smoking, including nicotine, flavor, you know, the hand to the mouth kind of thing, you know, doing this, the habit of having something in your hands. And basically it's you're trading one habit for another, and we can't really officially say that it's healthier, you know, medically speaking, because there just hasn't been that much data about it, you know, that's definitive. And, you know, I will say that people who use this product feel a whole hell of a lot better. Okay, so common sense kicks in and tells you what's in that. We know what's in that juice. We don't know what's in it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
and that's
exactly.
what it boils down to. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. I was going that route, like, you know, the ingredients or what's inside of this.
Right. So what you've got in it, e-liquid, it can be vegetable glycerin, propylene glycol, which you find in soaps, and liquid nicotine, and it's measured out precisely. But the way out on this, you can start out. If you're a smoker, you can come in at a higher nicotine and work your way down. You don't have that option with cigarettes.
Gotcha. So it's like the whole...
So you start out at 26, then you go down to 18, then you go down to 9 or 6 and 8, something like that, and you finally work your way to 3. I started at 36 milligrams per milliliter. You talk about, man, that blow the back of your head off. And I mean, I vaped it and I loved it and all that. Now, today I do 3.
Wow.
So I'm close.
Yeah.
You know, so pretty soon I'll do 0 and just have it around just for the
flavor and
stuff like that.
Okay, cool, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean that clears up a whole lot of things, because I didn't get it. You know what I mean? It's just like what's the point behind it? So I can see that now.
Right. One thing I like about it is for people that I know that smoke cigarettes, I've turned some people, these clouds, man, that's man, yeah. Nah, but for real, people don't have to walk around smelling like stinking cigarettes.
And you know, since I've quit smoking, somebody who smokes a cigarette, I can smell them from across the room. You know, or get up close to them. I'm just like, dude, you've been smoking. Yeah, you know, and that's what I used to be.
Right.
You know, so all those times I went to Thanksgiving dinner and so on and so forth, I stepped out and smoked a cigarette right before I went in there.
Yeah, right.
Everybody who was a non-smoker had to endure that.
Yeah.
And you know, it's just not. It's not good. It's that's what you're not only harming yourself, you harm people around you.
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
Gotcha. I would ask a question, like a business question.
Sure.
What, besides the fact of being a smoker, What was it about this product that made you want to get into this type of business? Was that something that you were doing prior, or?
No. I've always been kind of an entrepreneur.
Okay.
I've always tried to work for myself. I have worked for a lot of other things, other people, and other businesses in the past. As a matter of fact, my whole adult life, I worked for the man. And I just, not that I had the desire to be the man, I just didn't want to work for the man. So, after trying 20 or 30 different things like door-to-door sales, carpet cleaning, I grew up in the carpet business around town here. My family was in the flooring business for about 85 years here.
Oh, wow.
So they had a name. So I found myself in need of a career about 5 or 6 years ago after the housing market crashed.
Oh, yeah.
And I was sitting around sending resumes out by the hundreds trying to find a job. Nobody could find a job. And I was smoking about 2 to 3 packs a day and drinking. So when you drink, you smoke more, right?
I heard.
So make a long story longer, basically, I was on Facebook one day and saw this little ad that says electronic cigarette. And I said, shit, I'll try that, And I ordered one. It was the worst piece of junk you've ever seen in your life compared to today's technology.
Right.
But it got me off cigarettes the first day. Very first day.
Wow, first day.
So two to 3 packs a day, 30-year smoker, got me off one day.
Wow.
And that's not an uncommon story.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot of people who do that. And some people have to ease into it. Some people, they vape and smoke at the same time. About 30% of the people, it doesn't really work for them because they don't want it to work for them.
Yeah, that's
type of thing. But basically, I was just really broke, and we couldn't afford cigarettes anymore. So I wanted to quit. So, so I did, and I had some equipment left over from my previous career in the construction business, and I sold a truck, and I sold some guns, and I sold coins and everything else, and took like $3,500 and poured into some juice and some e-cigs and built a website. And it's really just a matter of timing, being in the right place at the right time and putting out some effort.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I just kind of lived it for a couple of years and really put a lot of effort into it. And it just started to grow. I just stayed with it until it grew. And then, here it is. 50, I think we've got 48 or 49 employees, something like that now.
49.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
That's good, man. That's
Yeah,
good.
and about to open our 3rd store.
Great. You hear these stories, right, about business owners, and all of the stories really, in a sense, sound the same. Like, it was like down and out.
Right.
You didn't want to work for somebody else.
Right.
And you were like, let me figure something out. And most people that are successful in business, I notice they're successful doing something that's close to them, that they can connect with. And, being that you wanted to quit smoking and that product line right there kind of made it, I want to stop. Here's a product. Right. Let me work with this and move this. And I guess you can talk about it a little more genuinely there as opposed to any other product that's just out there like, I'm just selling this. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So,
right.
Yeah, you got conviction about it.
How long did it take for you guys to see some type of success with your product?
Well, I was successful the first day I picked up the e-cig. There's different levels of success.
Financially successful.
I'd say probably 1.5 to 2 years.
Okay.
Something like that. And, you don't pull a paycheck out. You all just dump it right back into
dump it
the
back
business type of thing. Somewhere in there, I guess. If my wife was here, Lisa, she would probably go, no, it was 8.5 months. So, but again, what is successful? What do you gauge as being successful financially or otherwise? I pretty much don't focus on the money as much as I do on being successful as being able to quit smoking the first day, being able to, move out of my 12 by 15 room that I was in, where the office was, to move down to the garage. That was successful. And then to finally open up a retail store. So there's different levels.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I asked that question because a lot of people that are watching this have that same type of mentality, like, how do you define the success? And also that time factor is always a good thing too, to know that it takes time. It's not like tomorrow,
Right.
It's levels.
But I would say that, we were on the better end of that, that success curve, financial success curve, to be able to grow the business. Whereas if you have any other type of business, a restaurant or a shoe store,
7 years, man,
whatever, at least 5,
5 to 7.
before you're even thinking about pulling a check out of it.
Those are the stats, though. 5 to 7 years.
Yeah.
most companies before they see, get out of the red. So
That's right. That's right.
That's just how it is, man.
Yeah.
Hey, I just want to say, working with this guy
Here
right
it comes.
Here
it comes.
Hey, I got to.
Here, give me this.
Yeah.
I'm going to need to drink this.
Open that all the way up. That's for you right there.
It's coming. It's coming.
But working with this guy, man, just being able to work with, versus like me having a job. See what I'm saying? Come on, like that right there just says
You
it
got to
all.
hit this too.
Man, hey, you see me? I'm getting all kind of shout outs to all the
products.
Yeah, that and all the fake right employees blowing my phone up right now, watching this.
All right, now leave some.
That's you.
No, you're on a health kick.
There you
That's
go.
right.
There you go.
That's right.
But just being able to like I used to work for Walmart.
Yeah. Like a lot of people have. A lot of people work for Walmart.
Yeah.
These lights are hot, by the way. I just got to put that.
Yeah, it is a little steamy, but it's all good. Of course, I didn't have a chance to meet Sam Walton. Obviously, he died, or his son.
Yeah.
The closest thing I met was like their co-CEO. She came through.
Okay.
Whatever. But just being able to work with the person that actually runs the company and actually see what they go through.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like it's. And I do, and like you said, I'm quiet around there.
Yeah.
All I'm doing is studying. I'm a student of the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm just watching and analyzing, like,
He does. That's what he does. I'll walk by him, I'll see him over there going, hey, I'm watching you.
Yeah.
I'm watching you. I'm like, yeah.
I mean, because it's like, how often you get to work with the person that built it from the ground up?
Yeah.
And this is something that I want to do, build something from the ground up, make it my baby, and take it to the next level. So I'm studying these people.
Well,
man.
if you keep on doing stuff like this is very innovative and different, and you just think outside the box. You don't think of, what's that guy doing? Successful people. There was a quote: "Successful people don't worry about what the next guy's doing; they worry about what they're doing." And I saw that the other day, and since the competition is kind of coming up around us,
right.
I've been watching it, and I think that is correct.
Right.
That's just a reality check that we just need to worry about. Focus on what you're doing.
What we're doing.
Yep, exactly.
That's true.
Yep.
That's true.
Cool, man. I'm trying to think. That what you just said really sums up what people need to get from this.
True.
You know what I mean? It's just one of those things, like, everybody has a dream, right?
True.
And the thing about those dreams, a lot of people just either don't have the courage to make them a reality or don't have the resources. You know? And so it's just one of those things of, you got to figure out what you want to do and just research it and find out, okay, how do I make this happen? Right. And I was always taught the first thing to do to make something happen that you want, find somebody that's already doing it and study and look at, nitpick them. Like, the fact that you brought this guy here and is in his head about questions is just great. It's just like, there's not a lot of people that's willing to do that also, though.
Right.
You got to think about that. But and the fact that you're open to answer questions is such a great thing.
Right.
So that's where I'm
no
at.
problem, man. I enjoy the people I work with.
Yeah.
We all get along. It's really like a family.
Yeah,
kind
it
of
is.
thing. So that's good and bad. So but yeah, you just gotta. I don't know, man. The only thing I can contribute it to is just keep on trying, do things. I can tell you that when I started the business, that I just shut myself in a room, and I stayed there for 8 months or something. I mean, I grew a beard. I was walking around in flannels all day, and I never ever left the room to come out and eat or something.
Right.
So you've got to be able to dedicate yourself. A lot of people have ideas. Everybody's got ideas, but if you don't follow through with them,
Absolutely.
then they're only ideas.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I know that sounds all philosophical and profound, but it's absolutely true.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Well, I guess last question, because we don't want to keep you here too long.
No. I'm here for you guys, man.
We appreciate it. We appreciate it. For sure. Retail, how much do those things?
We range anywhere from $25 on up to $250 high-end stuff.
Okay.
I mean, we've got something for everybody. We're there to educate. It's just like if we hire somebody. My little speech when they're going through training is, this will be the easiest sales job that you ever had, because it's not a sales job. It's you're just there to find out what they need.
Gotcha.
How many packs do you smoke a day, which will determine the nicotine strength we want to get them in at.
Okay.
If they're half a pack a day smoker, you don't want to throw them on the highest 26 milligram. You want to probably slide in at 12, 6, something like that, maybe. So these things are very, very personalized. They become very personalized, down to tank size, to color, to battery size. You can get little doodads to put on them, things like that. And that's why people like them. They're not a cookie cutter type of thing.
Gotcha.
This is one. We've got literally, 80 different types of e-cigs, all different colors, shapes, sizes, and everything. So we educate the customer as soon as they come in. If we ask them some discovery questions, or guys, you should be asking discovery questions. Well, I've never vaped before. Oh, really? How much do you smoke? What do you smoke? What flavor? We've got 150, 200 different flavors at our place that you can come to, sit down at a bar, and you have a bartender, go through the menu with you and all that.
Yeah.
So we really find out what's good for the customer, and we give them that. We don't try to take them and give them into a $200 deal right off the bat. It's not going to do them any good. We want them to come in and work their way up.
Gotcha.
So
it's cool, man. Cool.
Yeah.
I seen that facial expression too. What you said about the bar.
I
forgot to
there was none of this at the bar.
No, I got it.
Unless he's there.
Hey,
I understood it completely. It's just the thought of treating it like that is just genius. You know what I mean? It's just like, look, it's something. And me and Hennessy, we've talked about this on music. It's just like eliminating the option of zero. You know what I mean? Like with selling, it's like you can have A, B, or C, but just don't leave without one of them, and you make the customer choose. And it's just like it's something similar to that. What you're saying with the bar, like, look, we want to cater to your needs. Like, these are the products that we offer. What do you like? And you make that choice instead of us. Yeah,
but it's no different from you guys. I mean, making your music. Yeah. I mean, you want to give the customer or your fans or your base of people what they want to listen to.
Exactly.
And they tell you, you got to listen to them and figure it out. I mean, we're trying to come up with flavors all the time, and we're trying to appeal to a wide range of people. So if you can find that one flavor that gets 10 out of 20 people, then you're successful at that.
Right.
That's the same thing with probably the music too. Is you want to be able to appeal to a wide range.
Right.
So a lot of things have the same. They're interconnected.
Yeah.
Same purpose.
Definitely. Well, man, we don't want to keep you too long, man. We do appreciate you coming through.
This kind of sounds like he wants me to leave, man. I swear I'm not going to drink all the damn liquor.
No, man.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm taking that with me. All
Nah,
right?
hey, that's all yours, man.
Hey, I have nothing to say to that.
Right.
He just, here's the thing. He threw me off with that one, and we're live, so you catch my real reaction. But I'll tell you, man, like the one thing that when we started this thing, we wanted to make sure that we respect people's time, because the time is
that's
that one
cool.
thing that you can't get that back. You know
Yeah, I'm
what I
not
mean?
like
So-
that other guy was here before.
Hey man, no, it was cool because I learned something in those 5 minutes. I just learned
Yeah.
some stuff, like
Yeah.
for real. Like so, we do appreciate you coming through, man.
No problem.
And
No
we
problem
can
at
do a
all.
lot of talking off camera too. We got another show that's coming on.
Oh, do you? Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So we definitely got to wrap things up. But hey, man, we appreciate you
got
coming
it.
through. How can people connect with Vape Right? Like if they want to find a store or anything.
Well, if you're in the Atlanta area, we have 2 locations. One is in Woodstock off of Highway 92. The other one is off of Cheshire Bridge and Lindbergh Drive. Or you can go to www.vaperight.com and you can purchase from there. We're opening our 3rd location in Johns Creek sometime in the spring. So we're excited about that. And that's how you get us.
Cool, man. Cool.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, man.
appreciate you coming through, man. I
Thanks
love
Thanks
Man,
for having
rocking
me.
out, man.
Yeah,
definitely,
no problem.
definitely.
No problem.
Hennessy, any final thoughts, final words, man?
Hey, man, don't just vape.
Vape Right.
Vape right.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Hey, that's the slogan, right? That's the
Yes.
slogan.
Yeah,
Well, hey,
yeah,
man,
yeah.
check this out. Hey, make sure you follow us on all the social media. GoodHenneC Show.
Right.
Check out the website. There you go.
GOODHENNECSHOW.com.
Yeah, see, we
Yep.
live for Hennessy to spell that out.
Yeah, I mess it up every time. And we are on livehiphopdaily.tv. I got that one right.
You
that
did.
time.
You got it right.
You
You
know
got it
what I'm
right.
saying?
So yeah, man, definitely check us out on all the social media platforms. You can follow us personally if you want to. Jimmy HenneC.
Yep, Jimmy HenneC. That's JIMMYHENNEC.
Yeah. Follow me at Straight Out the Den. That's STR the number 8 OUTDADEN.
And also on Instagram, follow Vape Right. That's VAPERITE on Instagram.
Do all of that, man. And we coming back next Monday with a special guest. We'll follow us on social media, and you'll find out who our next guest is. There you
No
go.
doubt. Very
There you go.
special guest.
Special
No
guest,
doubt.
man. So we appreciate you coming through again, bro. And
Yes.
Sure. Anytime.
hey, we're
Glad
gonna
to
hold
be
you
here.
to that now. We're gonna hold you to it.
All right.
All right, cool, man. We out, man.
Cool.
Word.